Hi, I'm Easy,
And I'm Bear.
and you're listening to
Easy and Bear at the Movies.
So today we're reviewing The House, a 2017 comedy starring Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler about a married couple who start a casino in a friend's house to pay for their kids' college. What did you think, Sarah?
Well, Easy, I did not enjoy this film. So initially I was very hesitant to review a comedy because I just sort of feel like that's not really what they're going for. They're not out there for the critics. They're out there to be fun and entertaining. But I just really didn't like it. I was very disappointed. I should say that I love Will Ferrell. I'm one of his biggest fans, and I actually also love Amy Poehler. But I was just really disappointed.
Yeah, it's pretty flat, which is a shame. And it seems like everyone that they do lately is a bit of a letdown. Even Daddy's Home, which was funny, it was kind of a little bit more like Kicking and Screaming or something old that Will Ferrell done before, but it's not the other guys or one of his really funny ones. It's been a while since they've had a really good one, so I was hoping that this one would be really funny, but I think like most people we were let down.
Yeah. I have to just slightly agree with you there because I actually really liked Daddy's Home. But I know what you're saying. A couple of things I found that didn't work is, number one, the characters I did not find relatable. Maybe I move in the wrong circles, but I don't know these kind of people. That I don't know. The characters, I just didn't understand them. I didn't get them. Like they
And the thing
were.
is, you don't really need to have... Yeah, it doesn't have to be that complicated. They just seem to add all these things, like the people who write the film. I don't know, maybe they're a bunch of stoners who went to college and whatever, and they think that everyone's the same kind of person as them.
Yeah.
And they write all their characters to be like that. I don't know many married couples that are like what Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler look like in that movie and do the things that they do, and I don't know, just have the interests that they have. It didn't really make much sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't love it. But, yeah, I didn't love the characters. The other thing was the jokes. Like, they just... Sometimes you could just see how hard they were trying to make a joke funny. It just was not like they were physically trying so hard. And, sorry, I was just going to say, there was just so many scenes that just felt really flat. There's that fighting scene that just went on and on and on.
Yeah, that went too long. It was kind of funny at first, but then they went on to the girls' fight, and that was just stupid. And it's just, some of it was just bad editing. Like, some of it felt like a really amateurish film.
Yeah, there were some
really
strange shots.
It just looked really... I don't know, somehow it looked not Hollywood and really normal.
Yeah.
Some of the scenes, which is weird. It's just hard to describe, but it was a bit off-putting.
And I'd just like to speak to, as well as the camera work, I just think a lot of those jokes where they're swearing and trying to shock you,
Yeah.
I just don't think they're that clever. I think Will Ferrell in Kicking and Screaming is one of the funniest things because I think it's harder to be funny in a way that the whole family can enjoy. And I just don't really get these jokes that are just effing this, effing that.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
There seems to be two types of Will Ferrell movies. There's the ones where he swears his head off, and there's the ones where he doesn't. And even the other guys, he might swear a little bit, but that's so much better. And he doesn't swear very much in that.
It's if they do it a little bit, it adds a little bit of comedy to it. But yeah, I mean, this isn't the Will Ferrell witch hunt, but
no,
anyway.
I don't think it's really. Yeah, I feel like it's probably not their fault. I remember watching some of the press stuff that they did before this movie came out, and they just sort of seemed not all that into it. Especially Amy Poehler didn't really seem all that excited to be there in any of the ones that I saw, the interviews and stuff.
Yeah, okay, I didn't see.
So I wonder if they knew then it's not a great movie.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing Will Ferrell promoting Land of the Lost on Hamish and Andy when I was in college, and he didn't really talk much about the movie. He was just sort of stuffing around with Hamish and Andy, which is what he does anyway, but he just didn't sound very into it.
Yeah.
And maybe that was a sign that the movie's not great. But also, first-time director Andrew J. Cohen, who has been involved with other movies like this, and first time directing, maybe his last. I thought it was pretty av.
I mean, I think he could learn from his mistakes, but yeah.
Yeah. But I guess another reason why it's disappointing is it's such a funny idea for a movie. I feel like the premise of the film, it could have been really funny, but they just went all the wrong ways about it. Because they do all this stuff with weed and like all these, heaps of swearing and just all this stuff that
The story gets lost.
it does. It could have been really funny. Like it is a funny idea, and like with those two in the lead roles, it could have been really good. But I think they
There
really
are a couple
stuffed
of
it up.
funny moments.
It's
well.
not.
Yeah.
There are like
It's
a lot
just,
of these
as you
movies.
say.
Land of the Lost is one of the few that I can think of that has no funny moments, but this one definitely had funny moments, and I liked Jason Mantzoukas, who was Frank, the guy with the beard. I thought whose house they used to run the casino. I thought he was funny. I don't know. I liked him. Some of it, like a lot of the movie was a bit flat, but I thought he was funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, there's a couple of moments there. I'll give you that. Okay, so I think we've sort of covered everything. I haven't got a heap more to say. Do you want to
I
jump
don't
into
think there's
some-
much point going over it too much. It's already been talked about a lot.
Should we jump into some reviews?
Yeah, I think we should look at some.
What have you got?
Well, I've got one. I went through because there's a million people saying, oh, this is awful, it's terrible, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10. So I thought I'd bring up a 10 out of 10 review from DSA 827486965. Headline, wow, trolls write negative review. It's a good thing? Question mark. 10 out of 10. It's
I love the title,
Yeah.
straight up.
It's really strange how many trolls here rate this film 1 out of 10 in they fake review, and I have no clue why is that, and where need to write and ask clean this fakes. But, well, film was good, and if you know what about typical Will Ferrell role is, this film looks really good. I think actually Cohen write a script around his character. Amy Poehler is good in this also as I Am Martha. Pretty funny. And yes, it's a stupid comedy, but in this case, it's a genre. I think maybe English isn't first language on that one.
Or possibly a Google Translate issue. I've got the other end of the scale. I thought we might as well do a 1 and a 10. So I've got one from The Truth Door. Terrible, awful film, and I'm a Will Ferrell fan. Don't believe the positive reviews about The House. They are bought and paid for reviews. The House is god-awful, terrible film. Is a god-awful, terrible film. It has nothing going for it. The acting is bad, the plot is terrible. Nobody laughed during the entire film. Nobody. I am a Will Ferrell fan, and I like Amy Poehler. I like them both, but I just cannot lie to you about this film. It is so bad that it may ruin both of their acting careers. It is that bad. Whew, it stinks. I mean, that's a bit harsh. There was definitely people laughed in the cinema that we were in.
Yeah, there was funny bits. A lot of people that were really laughing was kind of slapstick, kind of silly stuff, but there were funny bits. I like stupid stuff too, like that when Frank guy was going past the hairdresser salon.
That was funny.
And he was going,
That was
just
funny.
walking past the door. That was pretty funny. But
Will it ruin their careers? No way.
no,
They're still very clever. They're still very successful.
it could ruin the director's career, but I'm not really thinking the other guys are going to suffer from this.
No.
Like we were talking about, Will Ferrell did Land of the Lost, and that was terrible. So
He's still kicking.
yeah, I think he's done other pretty bad ones as well. So
Now, what are you giving this one?
4 out of 10.
I'm giving it 2. You've been listening to Easy and Bear at the Movies. Thanks for listening.
Bye.